All right, now that you're done with your warm-up, we're moving on to a new topic today. How many of you are excited for our new topic? Brand new. All right. So today students will be able to solve equations and inequalities, including variables on both sides. So today we're not just solving equations, we're solving inequalities. Some vocabulary, the distributive property. Some of you are not getting this, and I'm assuming it's because you're not listening to vocabulary. So the distributive property is when 8 times x will give you 8x, 8 times 2 will give you 16. Inverse operations means you do the opposite of what is happening to get rid of it. Addition property of equality means if you add on one side, you must add on the other. Subtraction property of equality means if you subtract on one side, you must subtract on the other side. Multiplication property of equality means if you multiply on one side, you must multiply on the other side. Division property of equality means if you divide on one side, you must divide on the other side. If you have some number equaling a number that it does not equal, that means no solution. A solution is when x equals some number. Infinite number of solutions is when the same thing equals the same thing. Now, greater than, that means whatever's on this side is the bigger number. Less than means whatever's on this side is the smaller number. Greater than or equal to means this number needs to be greater than or equal to the number on the other side. Less than or equal to means this number here needs to be less than or equal to the number on the other side. All right, so let's go to the equation for today. Or the questions for today. Okay. So this one, which number listed below is a member of the solution set for the inequality given? Now, here's how you're going to do this. It's pretty much just the same as solving, okay? We want to get this variable right here by itself. Well, it's adding 4, so how do we get rid of plus 4? We subtract 4, okay? And what we do to one side, we must do to the other, okay? So these cancel out. We just have the x is less than. Be sure, this sign here, you don't change it at all. It needs to stay exactly the way it is. 6 minus 4 is what? 2. So now here's what I want you to look at. Which one of these does this say is supposed to be greater? It's the one on the bigger side. So this is saying 2 needs to be the biggest. So if you had a number line, 0 is here. Here is 2. That means the number that we're looking for must be not equal to, but less than 2. So it can be any number down here less than 2. Okay? So which one of these numbers is less than 2? Not 2, because it can't be equal to. There's no equal to sign, so it's not 2. Is negative 2 less than 2? Yes. Is 4 less than 2? No. Is 6 less than 2? No. None of the above? Well, we have 1. So B. And if you have to, you could write them like this. Is 2 less than 2? No. Is negative 2 less than 2? Yes. Is 4 less than 2? No. Is 6 less than 2? No. So you can write them like this, just plugging the numbers in for x, substituting them in for x, and you can find your answer that way. Okay, so let's move on to the next problem. Problem number 2. Problem number 2 says, which inequality is/are in the solution set for the inequality shown below? So remember, we're trying to get the x by itself. First thing we need to do is what? Subtract this 1. Okay, so this symbol stays the same. 13 minus 1 is 12 minus 6x. What's the next step? Now we need to divide by negative 6. Divide by negative 6. Okay, so this cancels out. We have x, 12 divided by negative 6 is negative 2. Now, here's very important. Anytime you divide by a negative with inequalities, the sign flips. Anytime you divide by a negative of inequalities, the sign flips. That is very important. Okay, write it down if you need to. Anytime you divide by a negative, with inequalities, the sign flips. So now, we want to know which one of these are the right answers. So, negative 2 is greater than or equal to 2. Is that true? Is negative 2 bigger than 2? No. Negative 2 is greater than or equal to 0. Is that true? No. Negative 2 is greater than or equal to negative 2. Possible, because of this or equal to sign. Okay, so that means possibly. And then negative 2 is greater than or equal to 8. Is that true? No. So the answer would be C. Remember, the bigger side means the bigger number. Okay? Let's do the next one. Number 3. Number 3. Which of the following integers is a reasonable solution to the inequality given? Okay, so remember we want to get x by itself. What's our first step? Add the 5. That cancels, so we have 2x is greater than, what's 7 plus 5? 12. Very good. What's our next step here? Remember, when a number is next to a letter, what's happening? It's multiplying. So to get rid of it, we need to divide. So x is greater than 6. Okay, so let's test out our answer choices. Is 6 greater than 6? Nope. Is 12 greater than 6? Yes. Is negative 6 greater than 6? No. Is 1 greater than 6? No. And it's not all of the above. Okay? Alrighty, number 4. Number 4. Which number is a reasonable solution to the inequality shown? So, remember our steps to solving. Can you distribute? No, you can't. Do you need to combine like terms? Well, x number, no. X number, no. Be sure all the variables are on the same side. So let's go ahead and add this 3x. Okay, so that cancels out. So we have 5 on this side. Minus 15 is still there. 7 plus 3, or negative 7 plus 3 is what? Remember, negative 7 plus 3 is what? Negative 4x. All right, what's our next step here? We need to add the 15. So negative 4x is less than, what's 5 plus 15? 20. Okay. Now we need to do what? Right here. Divide by negative 4. Now remember, what happens when you divide by a negative with inequalities? The sign flips. So 20 divided by negative 4 is negative 5. So let's test this. Is 5 greater than negative 5? Yes. Is negative 20 greater than negative 5? No. Negative 20 is further down. Is negative 15 greater than negative 5? No. Negative 15 is deeper underwater. Is negative 5 greater than negative 5? No, because it's not equal to. And it's not none of the above. The answer will be A. Okay? I'm going to do one more problem with you. one more with you. Okay. It says, which number or numbers is/are solutions to the inequality given below? So, first step, can you distribute? Oh yes, we can. 2 times x is what? 2x. 2 times negative 5 is what? Negative 10. Less than or equal to negative 8. What's our next step here? Add 10. Add 10. So we have 2x is less than or equal to, what's negative 8 plus 10? Negative 8 plus 10 is 2. What's our next step? To get x by itself, divide by 2. So we have x is less than or equal to 1. Okay, so let's test out some answers. 1 is less than or equal to 1. Did that work? Yes. 0 is less than or equal to 1. Yes. Negative 1 is less than or equal to 1. Yes. And negative 5 is less than or equal to 1. Yes. So the answer will be E, all of the above. Okay? Be sure to show me all of your work on these in order to get credit. Let me know if you have any questions. Remember, your test is on Friday, and this will be on it. So be sure you know what you're doing, because your grade in this class always reflects what you know, not what you're doing. Always reflects what you know.